Welcome back, or if you're just joining me for the first time, welcome to my channel. I'm Trisha with Chocolate Musings. I love to bullet journal, which includes planning and journaling in one, paint, draw, and create lettered art. This channel is dedicated to help you find your inner muse and grow creatively in your life's journey. Throughout this video, I hope you find some inspiration. Links are in the description below for all products used, as well as links to the blog post for this video. Today, I will be setting up a brand new bullet journal for the month of March. I really wanted to try and start it in January, and the page counts just didn't work out. So I planned it through February and decided to start in March. And it's partially to show you that it's okay to start a journal or a bullet journal at any time during the year. You don't have to wait until January. You can if you want, but it's okay to start whenever you are ready to start. So I am moving into a red Leuchtturm. I'm not even sure I'm saying that right, but I'm going to attempt it anyway. 1917 dot grid journal. It's an A5. It's like the other journals that I've used before. The very first thing that I did before I even wrote my name in this was do a pen test of the most common pens that I use. And then I added my name, and then I always do some layout guides. And I am getting these prepared and will have them available in my shop. I was a little bit heavy-handed with the marker on the previous page, so I just used some pretty washi tape to cover it up so that I could still feel like I could use these pages. But this is a form of a future log, and I actually discovered something, and maybe I'm ashamed to admit it, but I realized that there are 52 columns in this journal, and there's 52 weeks in a year. So I decided to try and make a future log calendar. I started with writing out the weeks of the year, and then I just wrote down each of the months in different color. And then I am going to put different events here. Then next, I decided to add my future logs. And as you can see, they are very spaced out. And I decided to go beyond just the end of December and into January and go through March, and then I have and beyond in case there is anything else I need to track. But the reason why I decided to do this is so that I could do additional goal planning. And each of these sections will have a specific purpose. One of these will be for dates and events and appointments that I will keep track of. Another one will be for lesser known holidays, maybe that I want to create some art for or something else, just so that I can keep track of those and know when those occur and plan in advance for them. And then I have another section that will be for blog posts and YouTube, just so that I, again, can plan for the future and see what's coming up in coming months. So I plan on using my future log very heavily and really use it as a reference on a monthly basis rather than just on occasion. I have a big section for notes or other things that I might want to try out during that month. I call it a common area. I have a completely blank page. I haven't penciled in anything, and I thought it might be an interesting idea to see how it all comes out on video. I probably will speed things up just a bit, but I wanted to give you an idea of what I do for my planning. The other thing I wanted to note, I actually am starting a second journal. This one is my collections journal. I am not going to be including collections in my red planning journal. Part of the reason why I'm experimenting with this is to see if I can get this journal to last longer. And I also did not want to recreate the collections that I had made in my old journal. I didn't want to carry those forward and remake the pages. So this one, I'm not sure how long it will last. Hopefully it will last a long time. I've started out, I created an about page, which I did in another journal, and I thought it was a really great idea. So I wrote the intent of this journal, a little bit about it, what I plan on doing, maybe create a definition for this journal. So collections to me are necessary and unique part of bullet journaling. So to me, a collection is a non-linear way to look at things. It's not a calendar-based way to look at your life. It's taking a common theme and then using that theme to look at your life. And then I have a list of collections that I will be doing. I want to have a Christmas and birthday shopping spread, and I do plan on making this look pretty. It'll be a collection of collections, which I think is funny. And then I started out with a yearly to-do list, a monthly to-do list, and then I did lay out an ideal week and an ideal day. This actually goes through January of 2020. And then I created a bills tracker, and I did keep some behind the scenes, but this gives an idea of if it's on auto pay on a credit card or auto pay through a bank, or if I manually have to pay it. And then I will go through and mark each month. I'll color in these little symbols here. And that is it so far. But that is the separation of the journals. I'm going to lay out the monthly for March and then lay out the weeklies for it as well. So I am going to speed things up a little bit so you can see my process, and then I will check back with you in just a bit. So I decided to go very simple, very clean on my welcome page with just a little calendar in March. And I think I still may do something over here, maybe a quote or something. I haven't yet decided. You might have to check back on my Instagram to see what I do end up deciding. And then I am going to start on some weeklies. And my favorite grid to use is 8 column and then 1 space and then 8 and then 1 space and then 8 again. So I end up with 6 different sections if I split it in half, or 6 across here and then an extra. That's my favorite way to lay out a weekly if I want a very functional page and it's evenly spaced. I will start with the first week in March. I mark the first page of a month typically with a little bit of washi tape on the side. Sometimes I go all the way down the side, but it just helps me identify a new month and flip to it easily. I generally don't use a whole lot of washi tape in my journals, just throughout the pages. I know some people who do and make it look really pretty, but that is not something that I have ventured into yet. So I will do the first week, just the 4 here, and then habit trackers I think I will do on this side. And I've decided throughout each week I am going to have a little section for my 10 minutes. And I'm going to show you what I mean. I will link to this blog post, but I created this one day and it says have 10 minutes, and then it has different sections that I can do various chores or various tasks in 10 minutes because it's easy to get overwhelmed, I know. And if you have a few minutes, say you're making batches of cookies and your timer goes off every 10 minutes, well, you have a few minutes in between those times to get a few other things done. And since I've started doing this and on days that I'm diligent about using 10 minutes, I feel so accomplished and generally pleased with myself in what I'm able to get done in my 10 minutes. And then I don't feel guilty when I sit down to bullet journal or when I sit down and paint or draw, because I've gotten a lot done already. So in each week, I am going to have a little section called My 10 Minutes, and then I'm going to list out the things that I did in my 10 minutes. And I've also created a step-by-step guide on how to recreate that header that I have in this bullet journal here. And it is available as a printable, or you can recreate it in your own journal. I think I will set up the other weeks and the habit tracker in another video. And that should do it for today. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave a thumbs up on the video. And don't forget to visit me on my social media channels. You'll often get sneak peeks on Instagram and Twitter, and I have a whole lineup of inspiration on my blog and on my Pinterest account. I hope you remember to plan your life so that you live beautifully. And don't be afraid to try something new and discover your inner muse. See you next time.